What's up, guys? Taylor Gone here. Day 4 of my insulin documentation slash training log slash diet log. So, um, last night was great. Awesome pump. You guys can check out that session on my, there's a follow up video where I train the shoulders and triceps. I'm going in a little bit to hit my dynamic day, which is a modified, uh, regressed off-season-y version of Zach's dynamic day or moving event day. Well, that's a good point I should touch on. So dynamic effort work, you can get a lot of speed work that carries over into your squat and deadlift from running fast, yoke and farmers and bags and stuff like that. If you're able to move it fast, it's probably going to be a similar load to what you would be doing traditional dynamic effort work with your, you know, 50 to 60% with your accommodating resistance and moving it very fast and your strategic rep schemes and rest times and whatever bullshit. You can actually just get fucking faster moving shit faster. It doesn't always have to be on a barbell. Oftentimes it'll be better for you because what I find, and this is a big reason why I have my powerlifters go through some sort of Olympic lifting block at some point of the year, is because you have to you have to be fast enough to utilize dynamic effort work. If you can't create and produce enough force to accelerate the bar and move the bar fast enough and proficiently enough, you're just lifting weights. You're not doing dynamic effort work. So there's a step below dynamic effort work, which involves things like Olympic lifting and jumping and single leg stuff and moving events and all these different things that can be categorized as dynamic or stuff that's light enough. It really comes down to, it has to be light enough for you to be able to accelerate through it. You have to start the movement very fast and continue accelerating for the entire rep. So if you can't do that under things like a hang snatch or a farmer's run or, this kind of stuff, you won't be able to stimulate what you're trying to stimulate during the traditional West Side dynamic effort work. So you have to be fast enough before you can train speed, and you have to be proficient enough before you can train speed. So I guess that's my first point that I kind of randomly can talk about. This dynamic day is a little bit less on speed and a little bit more on when I come out of a show, I like to spend a lot of time doing unilateral carries. So I start my day off with a 4-way quad complex, which I'm going to show this session in full later, so I won't get too much into it. But start my day off warming up with a 4-way quad complex, and then I'm going to go into 4 different unilateral carries. It'll be one overhead, one at the waiter position, one at the suitcase position, and then I'll move laterally with a sled attached to my hips. So I try to, take the side carries the yoke and the farmers, and then the front carries the 2 main planes of carrying in strongman. And I try to break those down into all the different levels of movement, and that way we're getting that cross rotational load and having to correct our body while moving forward and back and laterally. So I just find this a really, really good way to almost kind of like I hate the word stabilizer muscles because that doesn't ever really mean what people think it means when they say that. Um, but it's just a really good way to kind of train injuries out of your body and make corrections without really sitting there trying hard to make corrections. And it's just really important to load your body one-sided and move in all the ways that it can move. So I'll show you that later. I'm going to take my insulin right now because I've been eating all day. I kind of want to wait a little bit longer on this one before I start eating carbs because I just want to see how it feels a little bit. I guess the next thing I would like to say is how not dangerous this is. Like, insulin is not nearly as dangerous as it's made out to be. And I really think, like, I couldn't die on the dose that I'm taking. Even if I were to sit here and refuse to eat carbs, I wouldn't die, and that's 10 units. I don't think I would die if I took 100 units by accident and just refused to eat carbs. I would have to stab myself in the fucking chest or jump off a building because you're just not going to refuse to eat carbs. Now, if you like purposely go out in the wilderness and deprive yourself and you just sit there and just shoot up a fucking horse dose, you might die. But like, I just really don't think this is as dangerous as it's made out to be. And I had this thought, maybe, I don't know how things get published or get out there or whatever, but like, these bodybuilders that have died suddenly, I don't know how many really have died from an insulin accident. Um, it seems pretty unlikely and pretty hard to kill someone that way. And it might be because having an accident like that looks a little bit better than being a fucking junkie and dying from shit that's not really supposed to kill you until, the end of your life way down when you're old. So, you know, um, for you to die from steroid use at a really young age, that's like, I don't want to say it's embarrassing, but like it does allude to the fact that you're taking way more than you should be. But if you had an accident, then I don't know, maybe that doesn't look so bad. I don't know. Ugh. So, um, I'm gonna wait a little bit. So yeah, that's my dynamic day, and then I'll do my carries, and then I'll go into some single leg squats, very explosive, coming up on the toe each time. I'll show those, some single leg RDLs, and then I might finish the day, depending on how I'm feeling, with a little bit of duck walk, very light, just to get the steps in. That's one of the events I'm not quite as familiarized with in this next show. The other moving event in that show is a front carry medley, which I've been prepping on that all year, so I'll probably hit that once before I go in and be fine. Next week, dynamic day, I'll have a pretty hard duck walk and front carry day, and really try to get some weight on those. Already coming. Amazing how fast that shit kicks in. So today again, I got my 100 grams of carbs, same thing as last night. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 2 cups, 82 grams, and 120-ish gram banana. So yeah, today's basically legs, you know, legs, but strongman focused. How do we do a quad day, but make it for a strongman? Well, that's what I'm gonna show you how to do tonight. So probably cut the video here. I'm getting plenty of questions, so please keep the questions coming. I'm gonna make one of these every single training day if I can, and yeah, just keep at it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will. Uh, fuck. I'll talk about everything else I need to talk about in the video for the training session. Thanks. Like, share, masturbate to this video. I don't really care.